It's now day 7 of the war in Ukraine. Russia continues to bombard the country with bombs and missiles, targeting crowded population centers. And the capital city is, for now, still uncaptured by Putin, but we'll see. Our next guest says that sympathy for the outnumbered and outgunned defenders of Kyiv has led to the exaggeration of Russian setbacks, misunderstanding of Russian strategy, and even baseless claims from amateur psychoanalysts that Putin has lost his mind. Bill Roggio, senior fellow at the Foundation for Defense of Democracies, joins now to explain. Bill, thanks for being with us.
Thanks for having me, Buck.
So let's just start with what's the latest today with the Russian advance? How is this going?
Yeah, in the north at Kyiv, the capital, Russians are preparing their encirclement. That could happen within days, and they're preparing to link up with, I think this is close to happening, cutting off 2 provinces north of Kyiv. And that would secure the entire border between Ukraine and Russia, as well as Belarus. But more importantly, in the south, the city of Kherson, which is in the Black Sea, on the coast of the Black Sea, a city of 300,000 people has just fallen to the Russians. The mayor of Kherson said that 10 Russian officers have come to the building and he's handed over control. The Ukrainian troops have retreated to a nearby city, and the Russians continue their advance.
So let's look at what Biden said last night in general about this Russian invasion of Ukraine. I want to have you respond to it. Play it.
6 days ago, Russia's Vladimir Putin sought to shake the very foundations of the free world, thinking he could make it bend to his menacing ways. But he badly miscalculated. He thought he could roll into Ukraine and the world would roll over. Instead, he met with a wall of strength he never anticipated or imagined. He met the Ukrainian people. Now that he's acted, the free world is holding him accountable. Putin is now isolated from the world more than he has ever been. Putin has unleashed violence and chaos. But while he may make gains on the battlefield, he'll pay a continuing high price over the long run.
What's your assessment of Biden, the commander-in-chief's analysis of Ukraine in that speech?
Well, again, I do agree the Ukrainian people have put up a hell of a fight, but it's just not enough. And I think he's overly optimistic. He claimed that Russia sought a quick victory. And one of the things that I analyze in that Daily Mail article is that, in fact, the Russians have a plan, and this is a plan that will take time to execute. It was never going to be a quick victory. We'll see how the West and the international community holds up. Is it willing to do sanctions are easy today? What about next week, next month? What about next winter when Germany needs that 50% of its gas comes from Russia? I think this is it's not as overly optimistic as I expected it's him to be. I expected to hear him say things like the Russians are failing, but I think this is certainly the best case scenario, the rosy glasses scenario that he painted. The reality is the West needed to do far more months prior to this invasion to both deter the Russians and prepare the Ukrainians for war. That didn't happen. And by the way, this does not make him a wartime commander-in-chief. This country is not at war with Russia and does not have plans to go to war with Russia.